Hey, welcome everybody. Jeez, it's been a long time since I did this, Woodrow. I don't know if I remember how to do it.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, but no, I thought we'd get together. It's a new year. It's been a minute since we talked, and I just thought what kind of interest there would be for people who follow me on X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it nowadays. Of just listening to us. I don't know, chit chat, right? Talking chit about things, and I mean, especially it's getting ready for the winter apocalypse.
Oh,
Coming in Friday. I don't know if where you're at, it's supposed to hit you, but it's supposed to get pretty cold for Texas. So
I think that's where the cell is starting to hit the country, right? Texas, and then it's going east from there.
yeah, it's supposed to be north too. I have family that lives in Kansas, and they're actually talking about, ooh, there might be some tornadoes or something. So,
Oh, dang.
I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
It seems kind of cold to have any tornadoes. I grew up in Kansas, and I could tell you that normally when a tornado hits, you have all that warm weather,
Mm-hmm.
you know, at the beginning of the day, and then all of a sudden, cool front comes in and clashes with that warm front, and then it cools off really fast. You get the big storm clouds, you get the storm cell, perfect tornado ingredients, I guess you want to call it. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I'd be more just worried about blizzards and the piling up of snow because the weight. People forget about how much weight ice makes. It's
Yeah,
dangerous.
well, yeah, and then I live in Texas, and I love it here, but man, driving, some of the drivers are pretty terrible, especially if the weather's bad. So I don't know. We'll see. I know a few years back we had pretty bad winter. Well, we had a week where we had a cold snap and it snowed and grocery stores were sold out and the electric went out. ERCOT screwed it up and we had power out for about 2 or 3 days. Some people didn't have heat or lights or anything. So, but hopefully they learned their lesson from that one. So,
yeah, I think Arizona's got the same issue with their infrastructure here too. Anytime there's a storm, no one knows how to drive. Everything floods. We're not built for it.
Yeah, no, like it's just a product of the environment, right? Down here south, it's warmer. We don't have that kind of weather that often, so people are not used to it. So I don't blame them. I'm just saying it's horrible. They shut down schools, dogs and cats living together type of thing. So, but anyways, how you been?
Been good, man. I mean, I know the year's been kind of crazy with everything going on, but I've been really focused on this book and getting it out. And like I said, I just got the that last script done, so I can finally get it to lettering. So that should be in the works soon. And then from there, it's just building the website and getting the website up, and we should be ready to launch. So it's been exciting for me.
So is that would you consider that your final script or?
Yeah. Yeah, I would say that's what the letterist is going to get. And then from there, hopefully we can get this website up and running. And Ray's been working really hard on it. It looks amazing. We just got to do some tests for like large orders to see how Stripe processes everything.
Right.
And from there, we'll be ready to launch it. I'm still doing some front end stuff, like little details and stuff here and there on the site, but it's basically ready to go soon. So
yeah, I checked it out. Let me see here. I'll share it. Here I am trying to kill dead air time while I pull up the screen. There we go. This should work. Let's share this real quick. All right, so this is what you're talking about. It's not live yet.
No.
So anybody watching this, if you're trying to go there, you're not going to find it. It's not live. But this is what Woodrow's been working on for the book. For probably more than the book, though, right? Looks like you got a merch tab here, some other stuff going on. So
yeah, it'll be for other books that I have too. If I decide to do other stuff. Right now, geared towards Okuda Inu because that's my focus. But it might open up someday. It just depends on how everything works out. But this will be a way for me to launch all my own stuff and not have to worry about any weird politics or anything getting in the way. It's just straight through me.
Right. Because I guess there's been some of that, some strange political stuff go on with different platforms and things like that, right?
Yeah, we've seen it on I think all of the platforms now, just depending on how, like as the hands change, the rules change. So I just prefer to do it all myself.
Look at that! You got some hoodies and some tees. That's awesome, man. It's good.
Yeah,
good. Well, me personally, I can't wait to see it come out because
yeah, man.
Put so much time into it. You want to see what happens, and I'm really thinking people will enjoy it. Have you ever gotten any feedback from the free offering you made?
Yeah, I got a good amount of feedback actually from the people who read it. It was pretty nice, and it was like varied feedback. So I know like some things I need to work on going forward, which is good because I like getting constructive feedback. I kind of get anxious when people are like, "Oh yeah, it's great," because then it's like
you don't really know what
what
they're saying.
But no, I got good feedback on like the love and the interaction between the love interests. I had some females read it because I was curious if it felt natural to them or if it felt like forced or cringy or whatever. So I got good feedback on that. People seem to like it.
Oh, that's good. Yeah,
good feedback on the like subplot and what I need to work on there. So yeah, no, it was constructive and I got some good feedback. I liked it.
Well, I'm curious. Did you have any like I don't want to call them proofreaders or even editors, but I don't know, just some people you trust or close to you or whatever. Take a look at the preliminary stuff for the Okida Uno, the Uni. What did I say it right that time?
Okuda Inu. Yeah, it's
Okudi Inu.
I had a several people look at it. It's when I did the script, like the outline before I even actually wrote out like the dialogue and the actual scripting of it, but just the bones of it. I had people look at it there and get some opinions, and basically all through the process. I had several editors originally. One was a friend, which was a mistake because you shouldn't have your friends edit your stuff. Second one was someone I went to school with, but then they just didn't realize how much work was involved in editing a 60-page script, which is because it's a lot of work, a lot of back and forth. So they kind of ghosted me for a little bit there. And then some people after that were, like I said, they just kind of like, oh, it's great, and didn't give me much give and take. So I just eventually I came to Brian Christgau, who's been helping me. And yeah, it's been nice actually having someone who I can tell actually cares about the characters and the plot and the story and all that stuff. So it's been great.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, I mean that's always good. No, I guess I was being a little like narcissistic or selfish. I just wanted to hear if you got any feedback on the interior art for that, and if it was like middle of the road, if it was like, yeah, this is trash, you should have got a different artist, or oh, this is pretty good type of thing.
Actually, all the stuff on the art has been pretty positive. Yeah. I haven't gotten no one's came back with anything negative with like the art stuff, which has made me happy because I spent a long time looking at people's stuff and reaching out to people I thought would fit, and it seems like everyone likes the stuff I've shared of yours, which is I've shared probably about like 30 pages, almost probably like half the book.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone says they like what you put out. So like
Oh, that's
the
good.
flow of it, um, the way everything looks, facial expressions and stuff. So that's been good. And then people like Tokyo Blues, so I was really happy with that. That I
Yeah, that's
released
good.
something
Yeah.
for free and people enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think you made a good call on that one. Offering something to the people so they can kind of see what to expect, right?
Mm-hmm.
For the bigger offering, right? More pages, actually have to pay for it, type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, I think we all had that experience in indie comics where with this whole like crowdfunding thing where
mhm,
you comic, you don't have a whole lot of info on it. You just like maybe what you see or maybe the creator or something gets you to buy it, and then you get it and it's nothing what you expected. So
right.
that was my thought. It's like I kind of want the customer to be informed on what they're getting. I don't want them to just take a guess, a shot in the dark. So that's the reason behind it.
No, and I think you bring up something that I've thought about since the crowdfunding phenomena that took off in the late 2010s or whatever. And that's you don't get anymore with digital comics. You don't get the same experience that you used to get with physical. Like, I'm older than you, okay? I know it's hard to believe, but I'm a little bit older than you. And when I was younger and collecting comics on the regular, I could go into hell when I was 10, I could go into a grocery store or uh, we have like these quick trips over here. They're kind of like 7-Elevens, but in Wichita, they used to be even quick shops, stuff like that. And they'd have little spinner rack of comics, right? So you could pick one up, you could flip through it, kind of get a feel for, hey, this is what the art is. Obviously they wouldn't let you sit there and read. Some comic book shops would, but they'd much rather you buy the comic. But and so you always got a good idea of what you're going to spend your money on, right?
Mhm.
And nowadays with digital, and especially in the influx of crowdfunding, it's been, especially early on, like I kept hearing, oh, just throw up 4 pages, right? Not lettered. Most of the time they weren't colored,
Mhm.
right? If it was going to be a color book or whatever.
Sometimes it wasn't inked.
Yeah. And so the you didn't get a really good idea. You just have to trust the person that was putting out the book that they were going to do something good, right?
Mhm.
And I don't know how well that worked out. I know it worked out for some people, and I get that. But the more and more books started to miss their self-imposed deadlines, the more it put a damper on the whole crowdfunding thing.
Mhm.
And I know some people still have great luck with it, and that's good, right? Good for them. But I think it's usually because they've put something out and it came out on time. It was a good quality, good product, good story, or good art, or whatever. And then they put another one out, and so people gain a little bit of trust. People say, "Yeah, this person or these group of people, they can do it." So I'm going to go ahead and back it, or enjoyed the story, and I'm going to back it again, or whatever. So only time will tell if that stuff is going to play out, and if it's going to be if it's viable. And I don't mean that as all doom and gloom. I'm just saying that viable for in the industry, especially the indie comics industry as a whole. um I still think that, and I thought this way back then, that's why my book The Wreck, it never came out because I never met my goal, but it was complete. The only thing it didn't have done yet was the color. And so I think the way you did it, and that's why I was really happy to work on it with you, that you asked me to help you with it, do the art for it, was that I think you had the right idea in my mind. You said I'm gonna bite the bullet, and I'm gonna put all the money into it first, except for the printing. I get that, because that can be a lot of money. But by then, you're talking about printing and shipping. It should take more than a month or 2 months, just
Mm-hmm.
depending on where you go or whatever. And I think more and more people are not printing in China anymore like they were back then because
Yeah.
of Print Ninja. Plus, Print Ninja they opened up a facility here in the U.S. too, and I think it was because of that flood of product that they were getting from crowdfunders here in the States. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just assuming because they do have a US based facility now to address those issues. So, but yeah, with your website up, well, when it goes up, and then be offering that comic. I'm assuming that there's more plans for chaotic neutral comics in the future, I assume.
Yeah, I've got
Uh,
some ideas for
yeah,
other comics in the same universe, and then things even
yeah.
beyond that, their own things.
Well, I know we've talked about a couple of ideas, and I really do want to do them. Over these last 3 months, I've been flooded with commissions, and thankfully,
Yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good problem
yeah,
to have.
that's a good thing because I mean it was Christmas and grandkids and wife and shit. I needed all the cheddar I could make, so I'll never be upset about that. And which reminds me, folks, I have 4 openings in February for commissions. So if you're interested, DM me on X at Art Cloud Bruce. So, um, is there? Do you think? Well, since I brought it up, there's a couple ideas I floated by you, and a couple that you seem really interested in. Actually, you cut me kind of a preliminary script for a couple of them, and one, just so people know that are going to watch this either now or later. Um, One is set more of a fantasy medieval setting, um, and it's Sell Swords. It's based on video game that I was working on with a startup company that I was a part of, Kingsman, and I don't know. I worked really hard on some of the world building um, to set it up, and I think you took that and ran with it, and it's a nice preliminary opening for that setting. So I'd really like to finish that one. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention my good buddy John. If you ever see this video, dude, I have not forgotten. I'm still gonna go to hell. Just that we haven't talked on the regular very much lately, and yeah, maybe my fault, maybe yours too. Though you can call me too, but no, that is a really good story that I want to finish, and then of course the Western one, right? Woodrow, the
Mhm.
kind of, I guess, a weird Western, if you want to say it like that. I mean, the Witcher in the Old West.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's it's
Yeah. So
uh it's cool to see because Phil has this Western he's working on too. It's got like
mhm.
slight supernatural stuff in it. It's cool to see that sort of kind of make a little bit of a comeback. People seem to be interested in that genre a little bit more, which is cool because I've always liked the Wild West as a story like palette to build in. It's
Right, right.
awesome.
Well, I'm a big Western fan, and I'm just talking about normal, West
Mhm.
things like Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, The Outlaw Josie Wales, Fistful of Dollars, Pale Rider, just a lot of the spaghetti westerns are some of my favorite stuff. But I pretty much like any western, even the modern day stuff. Um, the remake of 310 to Yuma. What's
That
the Clint Eastwood one? Where he's the old bounty hunter and then he has to come back. Oh God, it's on the tip of my tongue. I feel like an idiot that I don't remember it. Man, I
trying to think.
can't think of the name of that one.
And then Lonesome Dove was another one you got me to watch.
Yes, yeah.
Lonesome Dove was awesome.
You did watch it? You did watch the whole thing?
Yeah. I really enjoyed it. I love that character piece too at the end, where like the interplay between the dying character and the one who lives it's good. I really like it.
Yeah, no, I mean, when it first came out, I was still younger, and I thought I want to see nothing with Ricky Schroeder in it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I finally broke down and I watched it, and I'm like, man, I should have watched this a long time ago because I found it to be a really good Western, good little tale. So, yeah, so, and that kind of takes me to my next thing where I just recently, I don't know if you know that. Well, you probably know this. I think I shared it with you before. I spent the last year and a half working on a rule set for a tabletop skirmish game. Are you familiar with tabletop skirmish games, miniatures?
So my brother has played skirmish games and war games, but I've never actually like sat down and played them myself, and so I don't know a whole lot about the mechanics, how they differ from D&D, other than you're controlling multiple people. But it looks fun.
Right. Well, it's pretty much like, well, you have the rank and flank games, the big army games like Warhammer 40K, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, has been in the news, if you want to say that, social media stir up over the last, I don't know, week after they announced that they were going to include female custodians.
Oh, yeah.
But so like Warhammer 40K, that's the big ones, you know, and that's probably the most popular one. And then you have like alternative history ones, like, well, you have historic ones like Bolt Action, which is World War II, and then you have the alternative World War II, like Conflict 47, made by the same company. And then you have games like, well, one that just up and coming one, Trench Crusade, which is alternative World War One slash, I don't know if you want to say medieval, but older history, and a lot of devils and religion spewed in there and stuff. That's become pretty popular lately. And then you have smaller ones. You have smaller force ones, you know, where you're not fielding a bunch of miniatures, like, you know, do a Warhammer 40K battle, right? You know, it's like, it's different point values, but a lot of people play with 1,500 to 2,000 points, and you're talking about a ton of miniatures.
Yeah. Yep.
And then now you get the smaller ones called skirmish games, and like not Warhammer, Games Workshop kind of has their own, and they call it Kill Team. And then they had a couple other ones, Warcry, which is basically Age of Sigmar. But there are a bunch of independent, smaller companies that do good ones too. One that pops off the top of my head is by Enemy Spotted Studios. They're a group of U.S. veterans that made a game. They made a game early on in country, and then they did another one. I can't remember the name of it. And now they have one that's becoming pretty popular. It's called Blackout. And it's set kind of like in the near future. And the most, maybe 10 people per side, or 10 models per side.
Oh, nice.
And so it's a lot more manageable.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun. I like them. So I spent the last year and a half coming up with a rule set for Old West, an Old West skirmish game, tabletop game. And I'll just pull it up here real quick. This is mine. It's up on Wargaming Vault. And I've got it. What's this saying? Cheapest chips. It's $5 for the PDF. It's 28 pages. It's mostly rules, but in the back of the book, you can. I have printable tokens and printable character cards. So you can fill out the card for your characters. You pretty much get 5 posse members per side. As player versus player, and these posse members, you can use whatever miniatures you have. The game genre is called miniature agnostic, so that means you can use any miniatures you have to play it.
Oh, nice.
And so you pretty much just select a cowboy or a cowgirl or whatever, Native American, whatever you want to do. Select a weapon they have, and then you start off with a starting set of stats, and those stats determine if you can shoot well, or if you can fight well, or if you can kind of prevent yourself from getting shot, type of thing. And then you also play with a deck of playing cards. So, because I wanted to incorporate the whole idea of poker playing with cards inside your tabletop game. It's not that involved. Pretty much use it for an initiative deck, and then with aces you can do certain things with your aces during the course of play. And then I have an optional rule in there called Dead Man's Hand. Are you familiar with Dead Man's Hand?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay. Well, Dead Man's Hand is what they call aces and eights, because that's supposedly the hand that Wild Bill Hickok held when he got shot in the back of the head while he was playing poker. So they call that the Dead Man's Hand. But got a rule for that, where if you get dealt that at the beginning of the game, you could actually play it immediately, and then you could kill off one of your opponent's posse, one unit in there, just for no reason. They just die. So anyways, so I finally like I said, I've been working on it for 1.5 years, and been play testing and have people play test it. And I figured, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and release it and see what people think. So far, no takers. I just put it up there last week. Part of the reason probably is because nobody knows. Nobody has any idea that I'm doing it. So, see what happens. But it's my initial offering and my foray into tabletop skirmish games. I have 2 more ideas and 1 more design that's already completed, but I want to see how this does first. And, of course, right. We'll see what happens, but yeah, that's what I've got going on there. So
yeah, I'll have to show my brother that, because he likes those games and people he works with like playing them. So maybe that'll give me an excuse to go over there and play, because lately he's been trying to get me into Magic the Gathering. And I don't want to get back into that too much, just because I don't want to start spending money on it again. It's kind of like Warhammer minis. It's
similar. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, my son used to play when he was younger, and Magic the Gathering, and yeah, I know it was quite the investment, right? So, but yeah. Do you have anybody that might like it? Just send them over there, and if they do happen to pick it up, make sure to tell them to. Send me some feedback. They could post right there on Wargaming Vault.
Oh yeah,
and give feedback from there. So that would be cool. So we got. You also have video games. I don't know, like. I know that you just recently got into Star Citizen, and I don't know if I don't think it was because I mentioned it. I think you just got into it, right? And then I mentioned I play as well, right?
Yeah, I have a friend that was playing it and got me to try it on the free flight weekends or whatever they're called, the free flight week.
Yeah.
And I kind of got addicted to the dog fighting mechanics to the game.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
so I was like, ooh, I really like the way the fighters like fly in that, how you have to actually like dock, and it feels almost like a simulator, you know? It's really
Hmm.
nice.
Well, I think it's kind of meant to be type of.
Mhm.
It's the same guy, Roberts. What's his first name? I can't remember. Same guy who did Wing Commander.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you remember that old game, but it was there was an old video game called Wing Commander, and so he's doing that. They've raised almost $1 billion.
Yeah. Yeah, those ship packs are crazy, dude.
I know some of them are just ridiculous. I don't know how people afford that. I mean, I've seen one. I think did I show you one, or you probably looked at them. There's several that are over $1,000, and
Mhm.
then I think there's some that are several $1,000s.
Yeah, there's at one point there was like a $5,000 get every ship in the thing sort of deal
Yeah,
or whatever. It's like
yeah,
crazy.
I know.
It's
When
fun, but
they,
it's not that fun.
I know. Well, there are people that pay that, so
Yeah. Good for them.
yeah, good for them, right? Good for them. I like it. I at first before 2016, I was a big. I didn't I hate. I used to shit all over Robert Space Industries because it's like this game will never come out because I had downloaded. They had like a FPS knockoff of it where if you bought into the game, you could play their testing grounds for FPS, and I cannot for the life of me remember what they used to call that. But I played it a couple times, and it was so laggy. Like it was a slideshow, like maybe 2-3 frames per second, and I'm like, they're never gonna get done with this shit. This is never gonna this is never gonna happen. And then a couple years later, I heard some friends talking about it, so I said, you know what? I'll go ahead and buy the package. So I got a really good deal on it. I bought the ship, the Aurora, and starter pack, and then I also got Squadron 42 license.
Oh,
So
nice.
when Squadron 42 finally comes out, and I got that for $49. So and now all I've done is I've gone in and upgraded my Aurora. Paid $25-$30 whenever they have their ship sales, and then you could do the upgrades.
Mhm.
And just upgraded that ship. And I log in every once in a while, and I haven't for the last month or about a month because I've just been so busy. But I usually log in, play for an hour, a couple hours, do some mercenary contracts, make some money, and um, get out. Get out. The
Yep.
only thing that frustrates me about that game is that when they don't do it as much as they used to, but they used to do server wipes. So you earn money in the game, you buy in-game ships, you got all this shit going on, and then they say, okay, we're patching and we're going to do a wipe. So they would either do a ship wipe or everything you own wipe. So you lose all your money, you lose all your reputation, you lose all your ships,
Yeah. Oh.
and so it's basically starting over. But that's the chance you take when you play a game that's in quote alpha.
For what, 20 years or
For
something?
20, yeah, at least 10. But I've gotten my $50 out of it
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, me
easily.
too.
Yeah.
There's been some real fun encounters in that game, and the dog fights you can get into. Like, there
Hmm.
was one time I was, me and Raptor stole a Idris that he found, one of the ships with the big laser beams on the front.
Yeah.
And so it's just me and him taking this capital ship around, and when I would go to work, he'd be flying it, and then I'd get off work and I'd take the ship, and then he'd go to
Nice.
sleep, and then we were in rotations, and I
Yeah.
was flying it down into an atmosphere, and there was like, I swear there had to be 10, 15 fighters, and they were, I don't know if it was like clans doing like a thing there or something, or if it was
Hmm.
just because the Dupree stuff was going on. But
Hmm.
there were so many ships there. I was like, okay, I'm gonna at least get one of them or whatever. And then they all started flanking me. I thought I was gonna lose the ship, so I barely got out of there with my rear shields destroyed and warp. But that game feels amazing when you hit those moments, though. It's like really intense.
Right. Right. No, I really enjoy it, especially like you said, especially if you could play with other people, right?
Mhm.
I started watching this Twitch streamer, Suga, and just talking and stuff. I actually did some artwork for him as well. Um, but he had a little group of friends, and they all played together, and so they invited me to join them, and so I did. And man, I had a blast doing that. Like me and Suga went one time. We were trying to do one of the. Were you playing when you had to go to the asteroids that the pirates had, and it was like once you fought your way in there, and then you had the pass keys you had to put in, or the pads. You
Oh,
had to go get the pads first, and then
I think I missed that
okay.
one. Yeah.
Well, and then it would open a hangar, and then it would spawn, a limited whatever it was, some sort of
Ship.
ship, but
Oh,
there were 5 different ones, right? And so it would be random which one you would get. And we were doing that, and we got ambushed by some other players, and they had a bigger ship. I don't remember what they had. It was one of the ships where the docking port on it, you could put smaller ship in, like a Pisces or whatever, and but the top of it opened. So
oh,
they
the
had,
Polaris.
yeah, it was the
Yeah.
Polaris. It opened up, and Pisces was coming out, and so we um, evac over to it, got in before the door shut, and we basically took the ship over.
Hell
It's
yeah.
but they had respawn in the ship, so
Yep.
we weren't going to hold it forever. But it was fun. It was fun, and
So me and my friend Raptor did the same thing with a Polaris. We landed on a planet to do a mission, and it started bombarding our ship. So we ran under his ship. It blew it up. Thought we were dead, so they land next to us. The
mhm,
ship opens up top, and a shuttle gets out. So one guy's in the shuttle, another guy's opening the elevator. But you know how
mhm.
sometimes it glitches, and the elevator will go through the ground, and you like can't get out, or you'll fall through the planet because the collision stuff in the
Right,
game.
right.
So he starts going back up. We're shooting the guy on the elevator. The guy in the shuttle turns and shoots Raptor. Thinks he's the only one left. Downs him, lands near him, and as he's opening the little bay of the shuttle, I shoot him and down him. And we know that they're gonna respawn in there. So we get in the shuttle, land it up top, and go to their med bay and just start killing them in the beds. And as we're doing that, we're like, okay, we can't do this forever. So I'm like, Raptor, get out of here! And I run to the thing, and I self destruct their ship.
Nice, nice,
Dude,
nice.
that game can be really fun.
Oh, I know, I know. I can remember one time when we were doing the we went to the 3 bases on the surface of the planet, and you had to align the lasers, right? And then it unlocked the orbital, kind of like a little I don't know, it was a bait. Wasn't that? It was like a satellite or whatever. But then you had to go on there, and you had to turn the laser on, and then it was a mining laser, and then it would, open up part of the surface of the planet for the rare mineral that you could
Oh,
get.
okay.
And somebody was there, and of course they were camping it, right? Because they were mining. And the group I was with decided, well, let's go take them on, right? So we did. I would like. I've never been. I can pilot, but if I had to dogfight, I would just totally suck it up.
Mhm.
So I decided to go on the ground. So I went on the ground and drove vehicle pretty close,
Oh,
and then I walked like 2 kilometers to get to where they were at, and I had a missile launcher, and I was firing at their ships, right? And I think I hit a couple of them until they caught me on the ground, and they just chased me down with with their fighters, right, in the
mhm.
air. I couldn't get away, of course, because it was in the open. You were just over rocky ground or whatever, so couldn't really get away. There's no place to hide. So, but that was fun. And then one of the guys said, for the hell of it, let's just take what's the tank? I know they have a couple kind of quote tanks in the game, but he put me in the gunner's seat, and he was in the driver's seat, and we launched out of orbit,
Oh
right?
shit,
Low
yeah.
orbit, and we just fell to the ground. And the whole time we're falling, I'm supposed to be firing the cannon at ships, right? And of course, we land in the ground and we all die, right? Because you
Uh,
fall in the tank from low orbit, you're gonna die. So, but it was fun. And like I said, I got my $50 out of that game, so it's no problem.
Yeah.
I still enjoy playing it time to time. But you're playing Arc Raiders though, right?
Yeah, that game has kind of captured my soul at the moment. I've been playing
Okay.
it way too much.
Hmm.
But it's fun. It's like I've never really been into the extraction shooter genre, not for any reason other than I just never really been exposed to it all that much. Like I've had some friends that have played Tarkov, but
Hmm.
I didn't really understand what an extraction shooter really was. But when I heard about this, I was like, "Oh, that sounds like a real fun game, a gameplay loop." Because this the battle royales got really popular, but that got kind of
Hmm.
boring and stale. So
Right.
I was like, "Okay, I'll check this out." And it's definitely for the casual extraction shooter type experience. It's not like a
Hmm.
hardcore game, but
Hmm.
it it definitely has its skill gap in it. The PvP takes skill.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, well, I keep hearing that it's not always PvP. Some people are friendly. You ever run
Mhm.
across friendly people?
So the game actually has an aggression sort style based matchmaking, and it's not 100% based on your aggression, but that's part of how they matchmake people. So
Hmm.
they take PvE people, and if you have like a really low kill and knockout count, they'll put you with people who also have a low count, so there's less chance you're in PvP. So kind of there's like nice soft lobbies, and then there's sweaty lobbies, and I'm sort
Mm.
of I go in between. Like I'll go a few games where I'm like defibbing random people, trying to help people get to extracts, help them with quests, and then I'll just get the itch to like get sweaty, and then unfortunately I have to be like, hey guys, or I could just start killing people, which I have done too. But I'll literally be like, hey guys, I want to get into sweaty lobbies. Can we just like PvP? And if I down you, I'll defib you. If you down me, you can have my kit. And then people are usually like, oh yeah, Dow, cool, whatever, because they have
Right.
nothing to lose. Oh, now they don't always believe you, but some people do, and it's kind of cool.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, because I've watched some people play, and yeah, sometimes it comes across at some time. It just really, I guess, it just depends on who you run into, right?
Hmm.
So you know, some of these people might cooperate a little bit, and then but then there's like you said, uh, people who are aggressive, hardcore PvP, and they're gonna go after you. So, and
Hmm.
honestly, I mean, to be fair, that's the point of the game, though, right? I mean, that's what you're supposed
Yeah,
to be doing. I know you mentioned extraction shooters. The Division had that in there.
that's what
Did you ever play
people
the Division?
see. I never got into the Vision, but that's what people said, that was kind of an extraction shooter area in the game or something like that that you could do. Or I don't know if the whole gameplay was like that though. I'm not really familiar with the game.
Hmm. Well, it had the hold on a second.
It's like the something zone or something, right?
Yeah, it had the I can't remember what the name of it was. The what was it called? But you're right. It was something zone, and you went in and you get loot, and of course it's tainted, right? So you couldn't really equip it or do anything with it until you got it extracted. So when the helicopter would come, you'd load it up on there, and then it would take off. And then once you got out of the zone, it would be in your inventory, and you could use it. And everybody would camp where the helicopter was, the extraction point. So made it difficult, but it was fun. You definitely couldn't do it. Well, I couldn't do it solo. I'm sure there's some people out there that probably could have, but it was fun. And that's why I always like, I said, you know what? I'd like to try out Arc Raiders. I like to try that. But then again, if I don't have any time to play, I'm not going to spend the money on it yet. So I'll probably get in on it just when everybody's lost interest and they're playing something else. That's what happens to me all the
That's
time.
usually me with games too. I
Hmm.
lucked out catching Arc Raiders like as it popped off.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's normally the way I am. There's only been a couple games I've been there since day one. Boom, day one. And unfortunately, the games turn out where they don't become popular, or you have a bunch of YouTube people that hate it, and so that turns a lot of people off of the game, and so nobody's playing it anymore. But that's never really bothered me too much. Like ever since the first one, I've always loved the Diablo series,
Yep.
just because I like the setting. And I mean, I'm gonna tell you, Diablo, the first one, is what got me into video games. Actually, video game development.
Mhm.
After that game come out and I played it for the first time, and the first time the butcher comes out,
Dude,
fresh meat,
fresh
right?
meat. Yep.
And even though it's pixelated, right? It's all pixel running around. Dude, that was like, okay, that's badass. And then you go down into hell and you're trying to go around carefully because once Diablo shows up, he's fast
Yep.
and he'll kill you. And the music was awesome in that game. And I thought, you know what, this is what I want to do. I want to make cool video games. And so that's when I started to teach myself Lightwave and put together a portfolio and try to get a video game job. So
No, I
but
feel the same way. That was the first real computer game I had. Because like before that it was like Sega Genesis and Nintendo and stuff. But when I got a computer, the first game I had was Diablo. If we're not including like Minesweeper and stuff, right? Pinball.
right.
But Diablo is just like you said, you go in like the fresh meat, he comes out and charges you, and then you go into that room he's in, you see all the people on the spikes, and like, yeah, that was an experience as a kid playing that game. And
No,
the second one was pretty good too. Third one got a little weird, right, as games do, but
yeah, well, you get different people working on it, and
yeah,
you know,
but those first two are glorious
the first
games.
two are definitely the best. And I know people don't like the fourth one. I do because I like the story. And believe it or not, I'm still one of these people that play video games for story most of the time. I mean, I just do. The better the story, the more interested I am in it.
Mm-hmm.
Mass Effect, probably one of my top 3 games of all time. Great story, great sci-fi story.
Yep.
In my opinion,
actually matter. It's a great game.
Yeah, I mean, and that's debatable whether your decisions mattered or not. In the end, they kind of screwed it up. But
yeah,
did you play it all the way through?
So not all the way through, because with my experience with Mass Effect, I loved the first game a lot. The way they landing on the planets, the exploration, and that second one when they had you just scanning planets and pulling resources from them instead of like going down, it kind of killed my love of the game a little bit. But like the PvP and stuff was still fun, or not the PvP, but the shooting mechanics, the shooting aspects and stuff was all still fun. But that like loss of the exploration kind of made it feel more raily to me, I guess, even though it wasn't technically, but.
No, I got you.
Yeah, just kind of killed it. But
well, the second one, if I remember correctly, the second one with the planet scanning and all that, that was in response to a majority of the player base saying they hated the Mako and they hated driving around planets.
Exactly. Yeah,
right?
It's the opposite of what I wanted.
Right, and then they bitched after the second one and said, "Oh, we want we missed the Mako." Will you guys shut up and make up your mind? Gamer, okay, look, I worked in the video game industry for 17 years. Okay, I've been playing video games since the x86 486 processor. Okay, Bitmap Brothers, and then right before that, the Amiga 500. You know, so I've been playing computer games for a long time. I consider myself a gamer. All right. But my God, sometimes gamers are whiny little bitches.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah.
I mean, I get it, right? I understand. Nobody really cares if it's hard to make a video game. All they want is to play a video game. I get it. I totally get it. Because I am that way sometimes too. I mean, you don't know what kind of. I didn't really raise a big stink, but every time. This is a funny story. Did you ever play Cyberpunk 2077?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. I pre-ordered that game, played it since day one on the PC. I never really had that many problems with it like other people had, especially people that played on last gen consoles or whatever.
Like me. Yeah. That was
bad. Is that what you did? Okay.
Bad experience. But
yeah. Well, it was never meant to be played on.
Exactly. That. Yeah, 100%.
They just did that because I think they got
sales.
Well, they got sales, but I think also PlayStation and Xbox kind of like, what are you going to do? I think you should make it available for all these people, But I don't know. It probably was money motivated, I'm sure. But regardless, before that game came out, I pre-ordered it. I pre-ordered the collector's edition. No, not the the collector's edition came with that big statue, so I didn't get that one. That was too much money. But I did pre-order it, and I kept asking, does it have the option to play third person? Never got an answer, never got an answer. And then finally somebody said, why in the hell would we want to play third person? This is a first person game. It's more immersive. And I said, well, how about this? How about people who suffer from motion sickness, you weirdo? I said, you're talking about a single player game where it doesn't matter if you're a third person, right? You're not getting any advantage.
Yep.
And not only can some people not play first person shooters because of motion sickness, right? Vertigo, but because who doesn't want to see their character? If they're going to spend all this time modding their character up, getting different clothes and doing all this shit, why wouldn't you want to see your character? But no, I mean, even CD Projekt Red came out. No, it's not how it was designed. It's designed to be immersive. Like when you're sitting on the Ripper Docs table and they're going to put a new eye in for you or whatever. It's got to look, you got to feel like you're there. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I said, at least tell me you got a field of view slider in it, right? And yeah, so as long as they do that, I can normally get by, right? I got to put field of view up to about 90 or something, 95. Because back in the day, like, what was it? Gears of War was third person, but trying to think of a game that I tried playing and I would just get so sick I couldn't play it.
Medal of Honor, maybe?
I don't know. I can't remember now. But they had no field of view slider, and then I finally found out, through the internet, the magic of the internet and stuff, that the default for most consoles are either 55 to 65 field of view, which is very narrow. And my brain doesn't work that way. My brain thinks that I'm moving when I'm really not. And so I do, man. I get very sick. I get sick to my stomach and bad headache, and I just can't play them. So that's why it was Star Citizen. I could play that, but I could bump the field of view up. Plus, you could play in third person if you want to. But and then I think Arc Raiders is third person, right?
Yeah, which has been awesome because like a lot of my experience with like competitive PvP games has been like Call of Duty. Like I used to be a sweaty search and destroy hardcore Call of Duty player,
right?
And going from that to this is awesome because it kind of gives me like I didn't really get too much into the Ghost of Recon games, but there was like Metal Gear Solid games that had like PvP online that came out. And those games were fun. I remember being like, oh, dang, I want to play more games like this. But then I just never got into third-person games. So I've been really enjoying it. The peak advantage is really nice. I like using that it's like a tactical advantage.
Is it like leaning around a corner or something?
Well, yeah, you can have yourself fully behind cover and see what's coming. And you don't have to peek to gain information. So you can gain information without exposing yourself, which is nice.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, so, but yeah, the video games are, I don't know, I guess I'm late middle ages now. I don't know how to politely say how old I am, but I still enjoy video games. I enjoy all kinds of video games. And Baldur's Gate 3, I played the shit out of that. I think I have over I could check real quick and reach over to the gaming computer over here.
I do have a question about that game. Does it scratch the itch of actually playing a D&D game? Or is it more just like playing an RPG? Because I know like the mechanics, it's turn-based, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, when you go into combat.
Okay.
So it's kind of like Diablo when you're not in combat. You click click to move, right? And I
Mhm.
think they actually have a mod that allows you to use WASD to move around, right?
Oh, okay.
But normally it's like you click and your group moves there, or you can separate the group and
Oh,
move one
okay.
at a time. And then when you get into combat, combat, and then you plan out each. It's by initiative, whoever wins the
Okay.
initiative, and then you move or move your guy, or you have so many actions you can take or whatever.
So, did you ever play the Fallout games, the original Fallout games?
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Yeah,
similar to that in terms of the
yeah,
combat? Oh, okay, cool, cool.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I've been wanting to play that game real bad.
It's fun. I just looked at it. I've played 950 hours of it.
Nice. Yeah.
But there's a caveat to that. I've probably played 20 hours of it unmodded. So
Ah,
I run a lot of mods on it. And I've actually created, I think 3 mods I play with, but I don't make them over. Like, I know what people say, oh, you mod it so you can fucking be God mode or whatever. No, I don't do that. I do it because I like a piece of armor, right, that they have in the game. But that armor has shit stats on it, right? And so I don't like it. So I take that armor, the model, the 3D model, and I put stats on it from a piece of equipment that I do like, right? So that I can wear that armor. So
I used to do that in Diablo 1. They had the mod where you could create your own items.
yep,
Yeah, I would
yep,
make my own whole custom set, like the archer, whatever, the
right.
rogue, whatever. Yeah, it was cool. That's dope.
Yeah, I mean, anymore, that's how I play a lot of games like Cyberpunk 2077. Played that. I love that game. Played it, let's see here. 670 hours. But a lot of it's modded, right?
Mhm.
Um it's either visual mods like display mod, improve the lighting or do whatever, or improve the driving. Because
Oh,
before,
yeah.
but CD Projekt Red, with all their faults, at least they've stuck with trying to improve the game over these years, right? Patches come out and they do
Mhm.
this and they do that. They've added free stuff. I mean, I'm a big fan of theirs, especially when they did the Witcher series. I love The Witcher. Played a lot of The Witcher 3, and the whole idea that they give you 2 whole expansion packs or DLC for free
Mhm.
is just awesome, dude. This is
Yeah.
great. So um I'm more of that kind of guy. Like, okay, you probably heard, you gamer, you probably heard about Starfield, right?
Mhm.
You probably heard how shitty it was.
When it launched, I heard all the problems. I think Starfield is, if I'm not mixing it up with the other one, not Star Citizen. There's another game I get mixed up with, but isn't that the one where your ship is basically a loading screen and everyone would complain you don't really get to do much with your ship? You just build it. Is that Starfield, or am I
Mm,
thinking of a different game?
no, it might be a different game.
Okay.
Now there are a lot of loading screens, or there were in Starfield in the beginning. Like when you go from orbit to go land on the planet, right? That's just a loading screen. Or when you take off from the planet to get to space, that's a loading screen. And then when you go from system to system, that's a loading screen,
Oh, okay.
right? So they did have a lot of loading screens, but it's a Bethesda game. So I mean, they're using an old fucking engine,
Hmm.
and until they improve upon that, that they're not going to be able to get away from that, I guess. But hopefully they will for their new stuff. And I guess they're doing a new Morrowind or something, or Elder Scrolls. And I've heard rumor that they're going to work on a Fallout 5. And I'll probably be dead by the time that thing comes out. But because I love Fallout, I love the Fallout series from the very beginning, from
Hmm.
number 1 all the way up. I even liked Fallout 4. I even liked Fallout 3.
Oh yeah, those first two are great games. 3 was all right, and 4 was fun.
Mm.
I didn't really play 76. I heard all all the bad stuff about it or whatever, but
Oh, I have played that. I have a character in there. It's kind of fun. It's not something I can live. I can't live without, but it's still fun. I mean, it's
yeah.
Fallout. So, did you ever play Fallout Tactics?
So I did have it. I played it a little bit, but I never got to play it with people because I believe you could actually play that one with other people, right?
Yeah, you could, but man,
Oh, okay.
it's just better to play by yourself. I
Yeah, it
mean,
was kind of
in
cool
my opinion.
controlling the squad and stuff. Dope.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It reminded me a little bit about XCOM because XCOM, especially XCOM 2. Yeah, the second one, XCOM 2. The first XCOM was, revolutionary as far as games go, and it was fun. But XCOM 2 had the graphics and they refined it a little bit better. And I don't know, I like that one better. And it was a lot of fun. I did mods for that one too that released on Steam. But I love that game. It's one of my top 5 games. That, Mass Effect, and the first 2 Dragon Ages.
Yeah.
And then, oh God, what else am I thinking of? Like I said, I'm a story-driven kind of game guy, so games that focus on that. Baldur's Gate. Like, did you? Baldur's Gate is made by a company called Larian Studios.
Mm-hmm.
They have a game before that, their own IP called Divinity: Original Sin. Have you ever played that?
That sounds familiar, but I can't. I'm gonna look it up real quick, but I'm not sure.
Okay. Divinity: Original Sin 2 was a fantastic game. If you like D&D, you would like that game.
Oh, okay. I know what game this is, but I haven't played this one.
Mm-hmm. And now they announced right at the Game Awards that they're doing Divinity: Original Sin 3. Or I don't know what the name of it is now, but that should be interesting. That's fun. And of course, then they got in trouble because they admitted they used AI to do some concepting, and
Oh,
some people don't like that, and so
yeah. Our creators dealt with that too. They have AI in their
Mhm.
game. They have the voice acting, and then they're utilizing it in a pretty interesting way that I think they're having like the actual NPC bots learn how you play and kind of change tactics on you and stuff, which is kind of interesting. Like they learned how to flip people off of them because early on in the game, people were just riding the robots no problem as long as they wanted. Then the robots learned that if they flip over, you'll fall and die. So now they flip people over as soon as you start doing damage to them. It's pretty
Oh,
fun.
really?
Yeah, little stuff like that, and they learn angles on you, where how to like they'll do the raptor thing from Jurassic Park. Well, one will sort of distract you while another one comes up from behind, sort of stuff. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like I said, I've always kind of been interested in it, but I just haven't got around to getting it yet and jumping in. So we got a visitor here, so got to recognize, right? But yeah, so like I said, I've been wanting to get into it. Knowing my luck, though, by the time I do, it'll be dead or near dead or whatever.
Maybe not.
So yeah, maybe not. Maybe they'll keep it up. I mean, I barely got into Helldivers for a little bit. And I was able to play that. What was cool about that is I got to play with my grandsons. They're old enough now where they like video games, and so when we find a game that we all like, we kind of jump in together and play.
Oh yeah,
and that's been fun. Like my youngest, he's 13. He's going to be 14 here in a couple weeks, but he's been playing Marvel Rivals, which I tried, and I like that. I like the game, but it just reminds me of Overwatch.
Yeah.
gets old really quick. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of I think they're called like arena shooters or something like that, the genre of the game. But
yeah,
I get bored of those fast too, actually.
yeah. Hey, Ray Haylock, how's it going, man? I see you in here. I don't know if you're still in here, but thanks for stopping by. If you are, and if you're not, well, thanks for stopping by, anyways. Giving it a shot. So, chilling and hanging back. All right, that sounds good. Well, what are you up tonight? Me and Woodrow, we're just shooting the chit. Right, dad joke. Anyways, we're just talking about different things. We've been going over some video games. We talked about indie comics there for a while. Now we're just on the topic of video games. So got anything on the agenda tonight, or are you just hanging out?
I'm just hanging out. I've finished that final pass of the script. So now that I've done that, I'm gonna probably decompress for a little bit. Then I actually got to get back into doing the front end stuff for the website. That's almost done, but I got to go over and nitpick all the little things that I still got to fill out and write.
Right. Well, let's check that out again. So it means that, like, right now it's not live. So if I go over here to merch, does it actually pull shit up? Or?
Well, it will, but it's not. It's
you
not
can't
ready.
do anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we still got to run one final test to see if it'll do big batches, the processing, and if there's no issues there, then it should be good to go.
Would you say that TikTok? Would you say that Chaotic Neutral Comics is on the verge of being an indie publisher?
So,
yeah, go ahead.
In terms of publishing other people's stuff, probably not. But I do want to do like all my own stuff under this one banner, and maybe open it up in the future if I ever feel comfortable doing that. But as of right now, I don't see any plans for that. Just because managing other people's projects could be a lot.
No, it's a lot of work. Yeah, it's a lot of work.
But I do have the capability to launch other people's stuff on here and do like campaigns on here. So if people need a place to launch because they don't have anywhere else, that's something that can be arranged.
Nice. Is Ray with you, Woodrow?
Yeah, Ray's the guy who helped.
Okay.
Well, he built the site. I'm helping him fill out little details.
Oh, okay. All right, Ray. All right. I see you now. I see you. I thought we were just attracting random people from YouTube. Something popped across their feed, but I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen with my channel. But no, that's cool, man. Yeah, this looks this looks good. If I ever need anything, I'll get with Woodrow and see if can't hire you to do something for me. So looks good. He says,
I'm really happy with it.
It's programmed to handle 200 orders every 5 minutes. That would be a nice problem for you, Woodrow.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, doing all this, like learning how all this stuff works in the back end has been kind of fun and interesting. I thought that it would like be really boring and tedious, and some things are, but it's been really cool seeing how things function and learning like all the payment processing stuff and kind of like how to deal with that, because it was one of those things I had no concept of before, really. So it was kind of one of those I would get intimidated by it, but no, I feel really good about it.
That's cool. Does it, Ray? Did you, or Woodrow? You could tell me. You guys have your own e-commerce like back end, or are you like using Shopify or something like that?
Ray would have better details on that, but it's basically I think WooCommerce.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's still filling out all the little details.
Yeah,
but it's been a good experience, man. It's from concept to having a website to launch it at, and it's been quite a journey, man. A long time working on this book. We put a lot of stuff into this. Self-contained e-commerce. So yeah, okay.
Yeah. Trying to give him a nice, funny emote to go along with it, but
Uh-oh. I think Bruce may have froze. Oh no. Well, time to turn this into a gaming stream. Let's see, hold on. Stop this. Close this. Open this bad boy. One moment. Let's see. Oh yeah, looks like Bruce's PC crashed, so he should be back in just a moment. If the stream's even alive, I think. Oh yeah, it looks like it's still alive. Speaking of video games, this is the game that all the fuss has been about. Let's see. Where starts the cam? Yeah, I don't think you'll be able to hear anything now. Oh yeah, okay. I thought so, but I wasn't sure. Bruce should pop back in just a second. Just want to show off my rubber ducky collection so there's not just dead air. So in this game, you have like a little hub, your little room, and I've spent way too much time going around trading and collecting rubber duckies instead of actually important gear. I have an addiction. I have a rubber ducky addiction. So this is my rubber ducky fit, complete with thigh-high corset leggings. It's actually an old G suit, but everyone's making fun of it because it looks like corset leggings. I got a little rubber ducky emblem. Hey, Bruce is back. What's up, Bruce?
yo, did it go down?
No, we're still up.
Or did it stay up? Fucking PC crashed for no goddamn reason. Fucking Windows 10, dude. Are you still running Windows 10?
No, I've got 11 on this one.
I think Microsoft does that shit on purpose. So, oh, we're not going to support Windows 10 anymore. Here, take a fucking blue screen to death crash.
Oh no. He's right about that though. Planned is it obsolescence? They do it on purpose. Let's see, how many do I have? Inventory. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. A lot. It's like 145 duckies. My autism is going to kick in. I'm going to start organizing my inventory. This is my rooster. He collects stuff. And he has a fez because he's got style. Yeah, look at all these blueprints. Look at all this. Look at all this. Rich beyond my wildest dreams. I don't think I can do a free kit now. I got too much crap on me. Yeah, this game's only $40 and it is totally worth it. I've already gotten, yeah, the Fez. Yeah, it's very, very stylish. I've already gotten several people to play this game and now they're no-lifing it as well. So I'm very happy with myself. Let's see what other fits do I got? This is my rubber ducky collection fit. All right, this is what I go collecting in, and then they've got, I guess, the Scene Kid skinny jeans fit. I've got the what I call native war paint but I think it's just soot or some shit. It's just dirt. Goalie, of course. Got to have a goalie for the winter update. And a lot of them have this like style of these like visors right here, which I'm a big fan of. I love this like Geordie LaForge style. She isn't it. And they've got me. I'm in the game, which is nice. A sultan of some sort. I like this one with the goggles. Those are sick goggles. So you can take like the headgear off and stuff too. You can kind of like customize them and change stuff a little bit. Have the face uncovered, cover the face. Then you got eccentric stuff like this. Like this one with the turquoise. You can look like a piñata. If you want to look like a piñata, you can be that. Let's see. This is the one you got for doing the expedition, which I actually think looks pretty sick. Although this one, if you see this skin, usually it means they're going to try to kill you. This skin and where's the other one? This one. Where's the shiesty? Put the shiesty on. Yeah. If you see this, it means you're probably about to get shot in the back. Even though that's what I wore for a while. That one. But I like this one because it makes me feel like Bruce Lee. Got the bungulator outfit. Burnt peanut. I'm actually trying to make a cosplay of this one for stupid YouTube videos right now. But it's looking really ghetto, right? This is the Dragon Ball Z fit. This is what I wear when I go around saving people with a defib. Just playing battle medic. I don't even have guns. I just go in with healing stuff and a pickaxe.